Hello everyone, this is Crota giving you a shoutcast between Fly and Tho here on Twisted Meadows. Game 1 in a series, and I am looking forward to it. Oh wow. I have had such a rough day. I'm going to have a little bit of a rant here in the first 2 minutes. If you want to listen to it, well, don't fast forward. If you don't want to listen to it, if you want to listen to it, yeah, don't fast forward. If you don't want to listen to it, fast forward to the 2 minute mark, and that's when I'll pretty much be talking about the game. Just work in general has just been very difficult. I guess that's why they call it work. I do enjoy work, but at the same time, when they constantly change the requirements of what needs to be done, and and if I had just all the information up front of what needed to be done, that would have been great, as opposed to trying to redo the same thing, reinvent the wheel 14 times, because it's supposed to have 7 spokes versus 6 versus 9. Yeah, that does start to get on my nerves a little bit. Can't go into too much detail about that, but yes, that is rather tiring. Secondly, someone started to ask me why exactly do I need to have an S corp or corporation set up in order to do casting? Well, back when I was actually getting around 50,000 to 100,000 views per video, there was a lot of talk about YouTube and copyright infringement, and whether or not, if you had copyright infringement, what was the actual damages that could be claimable. If you didn't have a corporation and you didn't have a separate business, well, everything that you owned essentially could all get rolled up and taken away if you had lost some sort of lawsuit. As opposed to setting up a corporation, the most that they can do is, well, take your corporation. So that's the reason why I have done exactly that. I've set up an S corp to take care of all of this for me. And, well, it costs a little bit of money for that type of insurance, which I do appreciate you guys donating. Maybe I'll do some calculations next year and figure out how much money I'm actually earning or losing over the time of casting. Anyways, let's take a look at this over here. We can see that Tho is doing a really good job. He's gotten to level 2 already and picked up a belt of giant strength. However, the Blade Master is now going to come in and go after these peasants. The peasants going to get them some easy kills. That Grunt, perhaps, going to be able to do a little bit of just linebacker football, trying to take down peasant after peasant. It looks like that Grunt, could have taken down this one. It looks like, yes, it will get taken down. So 2 peasants have gone down already, as the militia are now vying to fight back. All right, Blade Master going after another. Oh, there goes another peasant. 75 experience already, as the Blade Master now on the run. He will be able to run back home, heal back up, as this Grunt really wants to come back in for more action. Not quite sure why, as that Grunt is just running around here. Blade Master now going to perhaps head over to the shop, pick up Boots of Speed, and maybe, well, not Dust of Appearance, maybe a Circlet of Nobility if he decides to. But that Blade Master is currently still regenerating. He has to be very, very careful, especially with the Grunt on the far side. A little bit of a misstep by Fly, meaning that he cannot actually creep out when he needs to. That Blade Master now needs to run away from that Archmage. Archmage wants to disrupt the healing. That Blade Master wants to just heal back up, as you are going to see an engagement now. Blade Master gets in a quick strike onto the Archmage. Archmage now attempting to run away. Where is the other Grunt? The other Grunt had actually regrouped coming in from the back, as the Blade Master still going after that Archmage. Archmage looks like he will be able to slip away off to the south over here, and the Blade Master still trying to run and keep up. It looks like the Archmage is just slightly faster, or fast enough to deal with that Blade Master. Blade Master still running around the corner, as the Grunts are now being forced to pull back here. Archmage could drop a second Water Elemental any moment now, and this is actually a big problem. That Archmage has plenty of mana and can really, really start disrupting things. Archmage, is he gonna drop a Water Elemental? No, he is not, as he is now attempting to run back. Footman now running back off to the north here. Archmage now coming back around to the coming back around again. Are we going to see that Archmage drop a Water Elemental on the inside? It looks like, yes, we are going to be seeing exactly that, as he goes straight after that Orc Burrow. That Orc Burrow does take additional damage from piercing right now, which is the prime opportunity, as the Footmen are now looking to creep while the Archmage is away. Now, that is actually a very, very good thing for that Archmage. He will still get experience. Meanwhile, the Archmage does have Dust of Appearance. Meanwhile, the Blade Master does not have Boots of Speed. He picked up Dust of Appearance as well, maybe perhaps as a little bit of a counter buy, but that did not end up working for him. All right, Archmage still down over here. Boots of Speed. Are we going to be shopping? Yes, we are, and now that Archmage is going to be running so much faster. Don't ask me how that horse gets into those boots. Blade Master now coming back down over here. We are taking a look at, wow, that is a lot of peasants. So we are going to be going for a tier 2 push. You can see the lumber mill already coming into play. So the Archmage is going to be doing that classic tier 2 push right at tier 2, picking up a Beastmaster and then pushing over with a whole bunch of militia. The timing on this means that the attack will be in about 45 seconds. Meanwhile, the Archmage is looking to try and get to level 3, which is very, very important. If it can get to level 3, that means that level 2 water elementals will be dropped, which is significantly stronger than the level 1 variety. All right, there's Archmage now sitting at level 3. The Footmen are now trying to back off. Blade Master will get off an easy kill. Down on that Footman, there goes one, as the rest of the units are now trying to split back up. Archmage may try to drop another water elemental, does exactly that. Archmage still has plenty of mana, as you can see that the Orc Burrow is currently being repaired. Shadowhunter now currently being trained. Are we going to go after the Bestiary? We could be going exactly after that, as you can see that Bestiary is taking a bit of damage. Alright, so far that water elemental is currently surrounded. We are already at tier 2. We are not going for a second hero yet, not quite sure why, as we are currently supply blocked at 28. Oh no, never mind. 28 over 36. We should be seeing that Beastmaster join in from the tavern here in just a moment, as the militia are now going to be called over. No, not yet. We are now going into dual arcane sanctums, so we may see a bit of a small preemptive attack before the follow-up attack. Archmage is sitting at level 3, does have a fair bit of mana, but really has to consider his options. Though needs to get some damage onto the Bestiary and onto the Spirit Lodge. Make sure that the Spirit Lodge cannot get those Spirit Walkers in order to get Disenchant. Once Disenchant is available onto those Spirit Walkers with plenty of mana, things go from bad to worse. Water Elemental may be going straight after it. No, going after the Orc Burrow instead. Orc Burrow is a rather easy target since it does have only 600 hit points even when it is fully done. Meanwhile, the Spirit Lodge down to 330 and falling rapidly, as the Quill Beast with a very effective range may be able to take it down. All right, Fly is actually in a little bit of trouble here. He cannot let that Spirit Lodge fall or get canceled. That is a lot of time to be lost. And it looks as though, oh, is it going to go down to 19, 22, 30, 33 hit points? The Water Elemental needs to turn around and gets the kill. Beautifully done onto that building, as the Beastmaster is now up front. All right, Archmage now trying to run back. You can see level 1 Shadowhunter, level 2 Blade Master almost sitting at level 3. The Beastmaster now running back away, also with that Belt of Giant Strength, is going to regenerate a lot of hit points. We're going to come back around now, starting to get Sorceress, and once those Sorceress are out to play, the Blade Master really can't do very much. The Blade Master is now significantly slowed, but with that slow is not going to be able to keep up and keep the tempo and keep the pace any longer. We're going to see Priest and Sorcerer still being added. I am surprised that we don't see an Arcane Vault, though, as the Blade Master is still trying to go in for a fight here. All right, Footman is taking... Oh, nope. Footman not taking any damage. The Sorceress just getting in some very easy damage onto that Blade Master, as the Sorceress can easily keep up with that Blade Master while he is under the effects of slow. Beastmaster and Archmage now making their way over. You see one priest in this group, a militia now finally being called over. We can see that there is plenty of lumber in the lumber mill, but without an arcane vault, you do not have ivory towers. Archmage now making its way over. Is he going to drop? Yes, he's going to be dropping in some water elementals here in just a moment. Where's the timing on it? As we are looking at a rather sparse base. The Spirit Lodge just now got done, as the whole Headhunters are now out to play as well. Militia still have a good 10 to 15 seconds left on that Militia attack. Meanwhile, the Blade Master now making its way over. A quick Hex onto the Sorceress, as the Sorceress taking a lot of damage. Quick Dust of Appearance as the Blade Master is currently revealed, and it looks like the Sorceress will get taken down. Yes, it does, but the Blade Master now is being forced to use the Speed Scroll after getting slowed. Peasants now continually engaging here. Are we going to see more attacks, as the Blade Master getting in a lot of kills so far? Kodo Beast doesn't have anything in its belly. That's going to be a bit of a problem, as perhaps we may see a Grunt or a Footman or two fall. All right, let's see. Tower is now being constructed. Scout Tower already being upgraded here. Does have Arcane Sentry. That is big, as that Blade Master will always be revealed now while fighting next to this Guard Tower, or next to this Scout Tower currently. So far, Beastmaster now getting ensnared, but the Blade Master is doing a great job. Where is the Blade Master? Oh, it looks as though yes, the Beastmaster does get taken down. A Quill Beast does come into play just in time as grunts are falling. All right, the Sorceress army is now looking to back off. There is actually a kind of a wall of peasants right there, as we may see one guard tower being completed. This is potentially big. It needs to start repairing this. The Headhunters are trying to take it down. Is it going to be enough? The Headhunters attempting to take it down. Meanwhile, the Kodo Beasts are coming over as well. The peasants need to repair. Oh, this is very bad news. They need to constantly repair, and it looks like they will be doing exactly that. That guard tower is nearly done, and once this guard tower is done, it will be that much more difficult to take down. No longer light armor based. It is only going to take the full damage from the troll headhunters as opposed to bonus damage. Blade Master working very hard to get it down now, and it does go down, but with so much focus onto a guard tower which is constantly getting repaired, it allows the sorceress to just rack in or just rake in all that damage right there. All right, rake in all that damage right there. It looks as though a Raider may end up getting taken down. Are we going to see an ensnare? It looks as though the Water Mental will get taken down there. Oh, a Healing Wave saves that Raider right there. But this fight is going very, very poorly for Yumiko right now. Tho is just really pushing very, very far forward. You can see Constant, Slow, and the Headhunters being forced to try to take down a Water Elemental as opposed to all the Sorceress, and not enough Spirit Walkers. One Spirit Walker against over a dozen Sorceress is not going to be enough to really disenchant all of that Slow. The Sorceress able to pull back there and now just constantly kite that poor Blade Master. Shadowhunter not able to catch up either. Spirit Link now cast once more. The Peasants now joining in on the fight. It looks like this is going to be the game. There goes the Spirit Walker. There is the GG as Yumiko takes Tho takes game number 1 in this series. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed game 1. Please stay tuned for game number 2.